Hi everyone, if the sound is a little bit clunky in this video, I'm really sorry. I got to record the video and found that my headphone set had completely broken, so the microphone is sort of propped up kind of precariously right now. Shout outs today go to Momo and Matthew, who incidentally made the new titles that you're looking at, so massive thank you again to you. To the Young Potato, who has an amazing screen name, Anna, Via the Helens, and Miss Eliza Lou, and also Beth. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. If you haven't done so, there'll be information on how to do that at the end of the video. So today we're going to have a look at the Guardian front page. Now this really only applies to those of you who are in year 10 and who are going to be sitting your exams in 2021. For those of you who are sitting your exams in the summer of 2020, as in the summer coming up, you can ignore this video. This is not for you. Your copy of The Guardian is the one that's already up and is already annotated. So starting off then, we've got this dominant image. Now this is a candid close-up because obviously this is not posed in any way. The politicians, including Boris Johnson, sort of show that they are weary, they're demoralised. It can in some ways connote how serious and complex this Brexit issue is, but it's not likely to make the audience feel particularly hopeful, and this indicates the left-wing, really Remain demographic of the paper. The story that we've got on the right hand side, which is a sub-story, is very hyperbolic, so it's sort of very exaggerated. It's the only light-hearted soft news story that we've got on the page. We've also got a puff at the top of the page which shows a sort of decreasing graph. This is a symbol of the 2008 economic crash that Brexit has been linked to. We've also got a sub-story which doesn't relate to the main article. Now this indicates a sort of audience who have a very high level of disposable income to spend on healthier food. We've also got another sub-story at the bottom, which is made more enticing because it's in colour. So in comparison to the others that we've got on the page, this one's likely to stand out more. Now, this one is related to the main headline on the page because this includes a candid image of Viktor Orban. Now, he's the Prime Minister of Hungary and he has quite an influence, or he has quite a lot to say over Brexit. So this puts him as a sort of enemy of the demographic. Now, even though it's not obvious, the bias that we can see on the front page is there, and it is evident because there aren't any positive news stories regarding Brexit featured on this front page at all. Particularly when you look at things like the caption underneath the image, which anchors it, but it also contrasts to the image in the background because it actually says, or I don't know whether you guys can see it on this video, from Project Fear to Project Prosperity. Even though that might sound on the surface like it's perhaps a more positive representation, the fact that we've got that buzzword fear in there as well is also likely to add to this overwhelmingly depressive front page. And that's combined with other buzzwords that we can see in the main headline itself, such as warn and risk. Now this front cover is a tabloid style version of The Guardian. So it moved to this tabloid style sort of at the beginning of this year, I believe it was. You can still refer to it as a broadsheet because although it's tabloid style, it still has a hell of a lot of copy on that front page, which we wouldn't expect to find in those red tops. Now, most of the stories that we've got on the front page are all hard news. This matches the brand identity of the paper because they're known for their strong journalism. And we've also got a main headline which is in sentence case and is also much longer than the tabloids, indicating a sophisticated publication. This also continues to divide sort of the audience's opinion on Brexit and is representative of the fact that even sort of the different publications themselves don't really know which way it's going to go, because for those of you who haven't been following Brexit, it's very hard to know whether it's going to be a good decision or a bad decision. Everybody's got their opinions, so it is very divisive. Now finally, the sub-story that we've got at the top appeals to a much wider demographic because fitness is something that's very typically associated with the female demographic, and this is also something that's soft news because we've got this sort of cartoon-like image on the cover as well. Now, if we were breaking this down into your key concepts for your exam, in terms of our language, the majority of the front page is given to negative language. So this could be due to the fact that the ideology of the paper doesn't include Brexit, and we know that they are more Remainers. Further to this, we've got a lot of media language showing that this is a male-dominant front page, because the only sub-story that we've got linking directly to women is more soft news than the hard political news on the front page itself. In terms of the industry, obviously we've got this move towards the tabloid-esque style. We've got colourful masthead, cartoon characters. So we've got this link to more entertainment style presentation, but the paper is still full of writing, full of copy, indicating a higher reading age. And we've also got this idea that the paper wants to remain neutral. It doesn't really support any major political party, but it's presenting this post-Brexit issue and presenting Brexit in a very negative way, showing that it does have some quite strong values on different topics. Now, our primary audience is likely to be 35 to 50 males and females, A to C1 and succeeders, whereas our secondary demographic are going to be slightly younger. They may well be strugglers who are aspiring to be in that top category, or who are aspiring to sort of gain additional knowledge about this Brexit issue, because it is quite a difficult issue to understand. Now, in terms of our representation, the Prime Minister is represented in a more serious, candid shot. Now, this goes against normal conventions when it comes to Boris Johnson, because a lot of publications present him as being sort of frivolous rather than being sort of serious as we've got here. Furthermore, we've got other MPs and Boris Johnson, which I haven't spelt correctly there, sorry guys, appearing frustrated and dejected because the Brexit debate is something that's been going on for a long time, so it's not an easy solution, it's a bit of a mess, and so all of this is sort of coming together on the front page. Now, we've got a lot of key terms within the video, so hopefully you guys will find this useful. A really useful thing to do with these key terms is to look through your writing that you've been doing in class and highlight where you've already used them. You could then go back through as part of your revision and add in any others that you feel you can. If you haven't already, also please subscribe, hit the button down below. This is a new channel and I'm trying to get things like verification and a easier to remember username. I can't do that without your support and without your subscription, so please do subscribe. You will get notified every time I post a new video, and you'll get a shout out in the next video that I post. You can also get in touch with me through the comment section below and also through Twitter at media_revision, and I'll see you guys later for another video.